It's not about deserve. It's about what you believe. And I believe that Wonder Woman is a masterpiece. Hey guys, this is Frozen Things Studios here, and welcome back to another part of my DCEU reviews leading up to Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. This time around, I am going to be doing a review on Wonder Woman. So Wonder Woman is directed by Patty Jenkins and came out in the year 2017 and is the fourth film inside the DCEU. And it stars Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Connie Nielsen, Robin Wright, Danny Houston, David Thewlis, Lucy Davis, Elena Naya, etc. And so Wonder Woman tells the story of this young Amazonian princess named Diana Prince, who pretty much, trains to become the warrior, just like the other Amazonian warriors in the land of Themyscira. So yeah, she's basically been trained his whole life, and she has this and ever since she was little, she was told the story about Ares, the god of war, and Diana is determined to stop Ares and end the war. This is her dream, and so yeah, she grows up training until now she becomes, and as she becomes older, she becomes a part of the Amazonian warriors. One day, during the events of World War One, a group of soldiers come inside Themyscira and have this huge battle against the Amazonian warriors. And then there comes this pilot named Steve Trevor, who crash lands into Themyscira, and then Steve Trevor is being questioned for the man's doing, with all the guns and stuff. And so yeah, he tells them about the World War One stuff and all the wars that he's trying to face. And determined, knowing that Ares is behind the wars and all that stuff, Diana is determined to go into the quote unquote real world. I'm sure you know what I mean by that. Go into the real world with Steve Trevor in order to find out the war, to find Ares, find the war, and put an end to this, and put an end to this, put an end to this human conflict. So alrighty guys, let's talk about this amazing movie. So yeah, now before Wonder Woman came out, the DCEU was an absolute shambles. Yeah, the DCEU was pretty much a franchise that was not well received at all, because the first three DCU movies, yeah, they range from either mixed to critically panned, and not a single one of them got good reviews. Yeah, Man of Steel was a very polarizing movie that pretty much got panned by critics when it first came out, but the movie does have a fan base, myself included. I mean, I always watch Man of Steel. I always liked Man of Steel ever since I first saw it in cinemas. Yeah, I always really enjoyed seeing Man of Steel. Well, yeah, maybe I didn't love it. I didn't think of it as a masterpiece until now. But either way, yeah, Man of Steel is still a damn great movie. And then we got the two DCU movies in 2016, Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad. Both of them got extremely hyped. Batman vs. Superman because of the fact that it was going to be a big event film, and Suicide Squad because of how good the marketing is. But many people were disappointed with both. Just when Batman vs. Superman got bad reviews, people were hoping that Suicide Squad would save the DCU, would finally save the DCU, but turns out it was even worse than it. Now, if you guys saw my review of Batman vs. Superman, you all know I liked it. I kind of liked the Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. I think it's not a great movie, but I think it's kind of I view it as a guilty pleasure movie. Yeah, that's what it is, a guilty pleasure. But Suicide Squad, on the other hand, yeah, that movie deserves all the hate. I don't need to explain why. That hate is well deserved. So prior to Wonder Woman, yeah, people had pretty low expectations for this one. Even me personally, I was like thinking, there's no way this is gonna be like as great as the trailer depicts. Yes, I will say though, the trailers were amazing. It looked very good, and I knew that it was gonna be the best DCU, at least the best of the four. I was like saying, this is gonna be the best DCU movie. But then a part of me was like, oh yeah, but the DCU is struggling right now. I mean, I did not believe that the DCEU, I did not believe that the DCU was gonna like have a film that's as well received as this. And and I remember reading the IMDb reviews prior to Wonder Woman, where like when Wonder Woman, where like I'm guessing early screening or something. I read the reviews, and they were just raving about this movie, and they were just like, "This is the best DC movie ever. This is one of the best DC movies ever. This is the Logan of DC. This is the Logan of DC." And some people even compare this to The Dark Knight. Yeah, some people, yeah, no joke. People say that this is the best DC movie. People were calling this the best DC movie since Dark Knight. Considering that these reviews came out before the Rotten Tomatoes score, I was like, no way. You gotta be joking. There's no way this movie's as good as The Dark Knight. There's no way this is gonna be one of the best DCU movies. But Harmy's shocked. This was the first DCU movie to get a rave review, to get extremely positive reviews. And yeah, now I will admit that I was actually not in a rush to watch this film, despite being excited for it. I was in a rush. Yeah, I was like planning to watch this movie in like second week of showing, because apparently it was not like unlike this week, like at the time, like I usually watch a lot of new releases on like the second week, unless if it's like a Marvel movie or a big movie or something, a big event blockbuster or something. So I was actually, because I was like, considering I just came back from my trip to Japan, I was like, nah, I'll probably just wait for a second week. Since, yes, I just came back from, it was like, this movie came on like in a few days after I came back from my trip to, my summer vacation to Japan. So yeah, and out of nowhere, we apparently watched this movie. Yeah, we apparently watched this movie before out of nowhere, without even planning it. Like, we were just in the mall out of nowhere. We were just like in this mall, and then out of nowhere we were just like, okay, let's watch Wonder Woman right now. And yeah, so we just watched Wonder Woman, and yeah, we just did. And I loved the movie. I was like, yeah, perfect. I loved Wonder Woman. And yeah, in fact, Wonder Woman is actually one of my favorite movies of all time. When I first saw this movie in cinemas, yeah, it was, and it was definitely one of the biggest surprises of 2017. And yeah, I love this movie, and I always love this movie. I know that there are some people who say this movie is overrated and not as amazing as people say it is. Yes, I will admit though, comparing this movie to The Dark Knight, no way. Yeah, there is no way this movie deserves to be compared to The Dark Knight in any shape or form, period. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, now I'm about to give my thoughts and my thoughts on this film. So, yeah, before I do, I just like to say that you might have been hearing background noises within the past 10 minutes of this video, and I apologize for it. The reason the reason behind all the background noises is because, like, there's a school right next to my village, and so the school can literally be heard all the way inside the house. So yeah, and apparently I think there's a Christmas party going on right now, because I heard that today the schools are having their Christmas parties, and even me tonight, I'm actually going to be going to a Christmas party tonight, like a high school reunion Christmas party, where I get to reunite with my high school friends and all that stuff. So yeah, so anyways, yeah, let's get to my thoughts. So yeah, people say Wonder Woman does not hold up. Well, I'm gonna but Wonder Woman doesn't hold up. But I'll be the judge of that. I'll see if this really holds up or not. So yeah, does Wonder Woman hold up? Well, I am happy to report, yes, Wonder Woman holds up as a masterpiece. It's kind of a shame that no one gives us the recognition it deserves anymore. Yeah, this movie isn't getting enough recognition now. Like, they're all like giving all the attention to Man of Steel or the Suicide Squad or all that stuff. But I think this one deserves. Yeah, this is pretty much getting the Shazam treatment. Like, where it got massively positive reviews, where it was so well received when it came out. it was so well received when it came out, but now it's like no one talks about it. It's kind of like getting the Shazam treatment, if you know what I mean. Heck, even Aquaman it gets more recognition than Wonder Woman. I can see why Man of Steel and Suicide Squad get more recognition, but Aquaman getting more recognition than Wonder Woman? Hell no to that. Absolutely hell no. In fact, I gotta say, I actually love this movie even more than I did the first time. And it's a high contender to be my favorite DCEU movie. Is this my favorite DC? Is this the best DCEU movie? Well, it is the highest rated DCEU movie on Rotten Tomatoes. But to me personally, I'll let you know at the end. I'll tell you at the end. But let's go through this movie first. Let's go through everything I love this movie. Yeah. And yeah, honestly, but I'm gonna say this right now. Comparing this to all the other comic book movies of 2017, I honestly think that it is better than the 3 MCU movies combined this year. Yeah, it is better than this. I prefer this movie than all the MCU movies that came out this year. It's better than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It's better than Spider-Man Homecoming, and yes, better than Thor Ragnarok. Yes, don't get me wrong. I think 2017 is a very underrated year for the MCU. Even though all 3 films are well received, they don't get enough recognition. They don't get enough recognition that they deserve, and I think they deserve far more recognition than they deserve. And yeah, I love them. But is this the best superhero movie of 2017? No, that still goes to Logan. That's still Logan. And even though I may have preferred a DCU movie over 3 MCU movies that came out in the same year, but Marvel still beat DC in 2017 because I think you all know like a certain DCU movie that came out later in 2017, cough, Justice League. Ugh. At least Marvel stayed consistent with the quality of their movies this year. Yes, they're not billion-dollar making movies. They're not billion-dollar making movies, but they're still excellent. But yeah, they're still excellent films. All three of MCU movies are amazing, and they don't really yeah. And also Marvel gave us Logan this year, which puts the other superhero movies, including Wonder Woman, to shame. But yeah, and yeah, let's talk about my thoughts on Wonder Woman. So yeah, what makes Wonder Woman? What I love about Wonder Woman is just how grounded this is. Yeah, this is one of the most grounded films I've seen from the DCEU. It's a very personal story about Diana's journey, journey to fight the wars. Like, it's a very personal story about Diana just wanting to stop the wars, wanting to defeat Ares. And yes, the story seems thin on paper, but actually it's a very grounded story with themes and messages about wars, about humankind, about how horrible mankind is, and how horrible. And this movie has such a great female empowering message about female empowering message about that sometimes women can be strong as men. Yeah, people say it's unrealistic that Diana is like fighting in the war alongside a man and literally being buried in them, and it's because realistically the World War is only fought by men. We all know that World War is only fought by men. But you can still have a woman fight the war, but and also it's fine to me. You can easily get past that considering that considering that this is a comic book movie. So comic book movies aren't usually very realistic. Realistic. And I gotta say about Wonder Woman herself, she is the true best DCU character. Yeah, I know I called Supergirl and Anthea. Yes, I know. I know I called Supergirl and Anthea the best DCU characters. Well, technically, I would I will admit that I did overpraise Supergirl in the Flash. Sasha Calle. I'm ready to admit it. As of now, I did overpraise Sasha Calle's Sasha Kai's Supergirl. I was like, oh, Sasha Kai Supergirl is the best DC character ever. But no, she's not. She's not one of my favorites. I mean, especially the fact that she's no longer returning in James Gunn's DCU. Well, if you asked me before, like when I used to overpraise her, I would be like, no, James Gunn, how could you not recast recast Supergirl? But now, what now is like, okay, it's fine. You can recast her. I mean, I'm not as passionate about her as I was back then. Well, yeah, fine. I'll admit, maybe Anthea. I would say Anthea and Wonder Woman are tied as my favorite DC characters ever. But Anthea isn't really a DC hero. Heck, Anthea isn't even Anthea isn't even a character in the comics. She's an original character created for Shazam: Fear of the Gods. So I would probably say Diana is truly the best DC character, just because like she's a hero and she's a superhero, and she was in the comic book. She was in the DC comics. So yeah, unlike Anthea, so that's why. Yeah, I mean, I'm still more for it. I still prefer Rachel Zegler over Gal Gadot. Well, we'll see if that will change. Yeah, but yeah, Wonder Woman is hands down Gal Gadot's defining performance ever. Yeah, Gal Gadot had so much, has so much, has so much roles, and even though some of them are not well received, yeah, I think we can all agree that Wonder Woman is her best performance. In fact, I don't get why people say that There's some people who I know who say. There are some people I know who say that Wonder Woman is that Gal Gadot is not a good Wonder Woman. I'm sorry, but I don't get it. I mean, what's so bad about Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman? I mean, I think she's perfect for the role. I think she's I think she's perfect for the role. I think she definitely fits the role of Wonder Woman very well. And yeah, I love that. I love that. And also, one thing I gotta say as well is that she's an example of a female character done right, a female heroine done right. Yeah, so if you all are one of those people who's like, oh, Wonder Woman, women suck, they're Mary Sue, they're too perfect, they have no struggles, they have no character development. Well, look no further than Wonder Woman, because she actually has real character development. She has an arc, she has a story to tell. She actually she has a story that, like, she actually has a real character arc. She actually feels like a very grounded character. She's not like pushing it. Yeah, take notes, Captain Marvel, because Diana is Captain Marvel done right. Wonder Woman is Captain Marvel done right. Yeah, no wonder DC is better than Marvel at girl power movies. Yeah, girl power movies. Yeah, the action scenes are some of the best I've seen in this entire DCU. Yeah, the action scenes. Now, I still think Batman vs Superman has my favorite action scenes in the DCU, particularly the final fight, the final Doomsday fight in that film. But man, the action scenes in this movie are incredible. They're super well shot. They're well choreographed. And just and they're very intense too. And out of all the DCU movies, I will say that this is probably the most well-made of them all. What do I mean by that? Well, despite having the most grounded story of them all, it's also well-made on a lot of technical issues. It has the best cinematography in the franchise. It has the best cinematography in the franchise. The most gorgeous looking in terms of cinematography. It's the most well-directed in the franchise. Well, either this or the Suicide Squad. And like there's so many other things you can also point out as well. And the action scenes in this movie, like whether it's the Amazonian final battle, the Amazonian battle scene in the beginning, or the that vastly underrated climax scene, that underrated final battle, which I will talk about the third act in a bit. But let's talk about the highlights of the action scenes. Not only the standout of the action scenes, but the best scene in the entire movie. The No Man's Land scene. Holy crap. That scene was incredible. Seriously. I rewatched that scene over and over and over again. every time YouTube recommends me that clip, I literally just immediately click on it and watch it because it is that good. Yeah, like that scene is probably the best scene in any DCU movie. That scene is just everything. I mean, that scene is very impactful to Diana's character arc because it is very impactful to Diana's character arc because it really like it just even though it is a scene with little to no dialogue, you can already get the girl power message of it all. You can get the female empowerment message, a message that sometimes an underdog can help win the battle that you're facing. It doesn't have to be just the strong man. It can be a woman too. Like that is a great message of gender equality. Like telling us that anyone can be strong, anyone can be powerful, no matter who you are, no matter what gender or race you are. Even though you don't have to like put into words. Like you can help let the audiences figure out themselves. And also, yeah, like everything about that scene, it pretty much represents my feelings of the film. Well, almost. Like the shot of Wonder Woman just climbing up the ladder and going to the battlefield. It is just gorgeous on every single level. I mean it. Like that scene alone just deserves an Oscar for the best scene of 2017. It might just be my favorite scene of 2017. Yeah, even more than any of the scenes from some of my favorite films of that year. The ones that I put above Wonder Woman, like Logan, Blade Runner 2049, The Great Showman, etc. And and even the music. Yep, the music, Chef's Kiss. It deserves that. I think Wonder Woman might be have the best score of 2017 and the best score in the entire DCU. I mean, of course, you got that amazing. Yeah, it always gets to me every time I listen to that song. But also, even the score in that in that scene with the dun 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 dun, yeah, something like that. It is just glorious to watch. I mean, oh yeah, and also another amazing shot in the film is when this one of the soldiers was like firing this big gun, this big blaster gun. Forgot what it is, and then we see the shot of Wonder Woman just blocking the gunshot with the shield, Oh my god, it is just glorious to watch. And then we also see this, another big bomb, and then Wonder Woman just blocks it with a shield. Woo. And if you think it ends there, oh no, it does not. It just gets better from there. I mean, Wonder Woman just runs into the base and literally crashes into different buildings or houses or whatever you call it, different territories. Crashes into them and then just beats the living crap out of the soldiers. And then the war just suddenly, quote unquote, ends. And then Diana suddenly thinks that, wait, why isn't the war over? Diana's like, wait, yeah, even though, they may have found quote unquote peace, Diana still believes that men haven't changed, that men are still like doing wars. And she thinks that Ares is still out there. Ares, and I think that's actually one of the messages of the film. That's one of the main messages is that humanity is not perfect. Humanity can actually make mistakes, and sometimes humanity can take the blame, can take fault for that. And yeah, as you all know, how do I say this? That throughout the movie, Diana believes that the whole war was caused by Ares, and that she doesn't really acknowledge the flaws of humans. She thinks that Ares is just making humans evil. She thinks that Ares is making men flawed, but in reality, humans can actually make mistakes. Humans can take fault. But it ended up being true anyways, that Ares is actually the one behind the wars, but and Diana was the one who ended the war and created peace by defeating Ares. But I mean, it's still at least Diana's learned to acknowledge human flaws and that humans can take fault as well. I love that kind of message. Oh yeah, and also I I didn't get to give the supporting characters some recognition. Chris Pine. Honestly, I did not give enough credit for his performance. I think he's amazing. While I do think King Magnifico is Chris Pine's best performance, I think this might now be my second favorite Chris Pine performance. Well, technically third, because my two favorite Chris Pine performances are King Magnifico and Jack Frost. But out of all the live action roles that Chris Pine had, this is definitely his best one. And he also got amazing performances from Connie Nielsen and Robin Wright, two amazing Amazonian warriors who helped support Diana in her training. And then you got Danny Houston and David Thewlis, great villains, two great villains. But I think honestly, Doctor Poison might just be the standout villain in my opinion. I love, well, either her or Aris, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but yeah, I think that maybe I think Doctor Poison might be my personal favorite, but I think Aris is still underrated. Ludendorff is probably the weakest part of the movie, the weakest character, but he's still like a great character nonetheless. And now let's get into the part that I defend. It is the third act. Yeah, as well received as this movie is, literally everyone I know, everyone who I've heard say that the third act sucks. They're all saying, "Oh, the third act sucks. It ruined the movie because it's too big in scale. There's so much CGI." But honestly, I never understood the hate for the third act. I think the third act is perfect. Yeah, sure. It's not as good as the No Man's Land scene in the middle of in the second act of the film, but I mean the third act is still glorious in so many ways. Like first of all, yeah, we got to see Diana fighting Ares, and yeah, Ares is just Ares is just a great villain. He's very menacing and so powerful. Yeah, you literally see Diana struggling as she faces off, I guess, Ares. Yeah, you literally see her just falling down, constantly struggling, constantly just thinking that she won't be able to defeat Ares. She really that final battle really gets the audience's blood pumping. Like you get worried about Diana, thinking that, oh no, what if she doesn't defeat Ares, because Ares is such an overpowered villain. Yeah, he is just amazing. Like he is just so yeah, and yeah, even his costume is terrifying. Yeah, he makes that final battle just as epic as ever. Just whoo, yeah, it is just wow. I mean, literally wow. And yeah, the music's incredible. The CGI is incredible. I don't see anything wrong with the CGI in that scene right there. In that scene right there. And of course, you get the best line in the film. Basically, when Ares says, "Oh, I deserve everything," and then we get this very quotable line that I think deserves to be quoted more. It's not about deserve. It's about what you believe, and I believe in love. So yeah, that's a great message. Like that's a very inspirational quote. Is that it's all about belief, not about deserving. It's not about deserving. It's actually it's a very well handled message, a great one at that. And then when right after Diana says that, she actually legit becomes as powerful as she can be. She becomes a goddess, defeating Ares, and it actually feels earned that after all the character arcs, after the development that Wonder Woman has gone throughout this entire 2 hours and 20-minute runtime, Diana becoming a literal goddess and defeating Ares in the end of the climax just feels earned. And yeah, it's very glad. Yeah, and yeah, I'm glad to see that the ending scene where we show everyone's freedom, everyone is at peace, all thanks to Wonder Woman. And yeah, what a movie, man. So yeah, so overall, Wonder Woman still holds up as a masterpiece and might just be even better than I thought it was gonna be. This is definitely one of the absolute best DCU movies. In fact, I actually might consider putting this as my favorite DCEU movie. DCEU movie. We'll see about that. Yeah, this actually has a very high chance to become my new favorite DCU movie, but I'll have to think about that. I'll have to see if it can be my favorite DCU movie. But if not, it's most definitely in my top three. Also, I still need to rewatch the other DCU movies. It'll depend on how the Suicide Squad goes. And yeah, I won't tell you if I prefer this over Man of Steel. I'll let you know eventually. But yeah, but even with that, Wonder Woman is probably the most well-made DCU movie, and it deserves to be the highest-rated DCU movie on Rotten Tomatoes. Thanks to its very grounded and personal story about one hero's journey. Yeah, it's a very grounded and mature, and also it's dark as well. One of the darker DCU movies, if you think about it, and one of the more mature ones too. Wonder Woman is hands down the best DCU hero. She's also tied with Anthea as the best DC character ever. But maybe I give a slight edge to Wonder Woman since she's a legit hero from the comics, and while Anthea is an original character. Yeah, Gal Gadot is just perfection as Wonder Woman. It would be hard to top. It will be hard for anyone to be as good as Wonder Woman as Gal Gadot. But whoever is gonna play Wonder Woman in James Gunn's DCEU, I wish you good luck. It also has great supporting cast as well. Amazing action scenes. The most beautifully shot the DCU film. The No Man's Land scene being the best scene in this entire DCEU. I mean, I will never stop watching and thinking about that scene. And a climax that is extremely, vastly overhated. Yeah, sucks that this movie has the Shazam treatment, with just by the fact that no one gives us enough recognition. It deserves more recognition, and it's certainly in an overrated movie. So with that said, I'm gonna give Wonder Woman 5 stars out of 5. Well, I can't. I mean, this review. Well, I can't end this review without giving a shout out to a great friend of mine, a close friend of mine, Harry Thomas Pictures. This is his favorite superhero movie of all time, and I can totally see where he's coming from. Where he's coming from, yeah. Even though he now puts Harley Quinn as his favorite DCU character, to me personally, I'm giving Wonder Woman that title of the best DCU hero. Yeah, don't know why I said I prefer Sasha Calle's Supergirl over Wonder Woman. I have no idea what I was thinking as saying that, but yeah. So anyways, yeah, that's all for my review of Wonder Woman. What are your thoughts on the movie? Do you love this movie as much as I do? Or do you think that this movie, or do you find this movie to be overrated? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my review on Justice League. It's going to be a double review between the two Justice League movies. Since I literally rewatched both movies on the same day, so yeah, I'm gonna be doing a rant on Justice League and a review on Zack Snyder's Justice League, both in one video. So anyways, bye guys.